My theory is that we have a torus field that we live in, and this is what causes the aurora borealis at the North Pole. This goes down to the South Pole. And I don't know what is happening under there. There's a lot of theories about that. All I teach is what we know.
Because you have aurora borealis on the southern hemisphere also.
I don't think so.
But we don't talk about it because we don't, I mean, Orion is upside down in the southern hemisphere. You look at Orion in the sky, and each night, you look south, and you will see Pleiades and Orion's belt, and that is always this way. Once you get to the equator, and on the other side, down in
well, that makes sense.
It changes.
That makes sense.
So if it was flat,
if you put the letter W up on a ceiling, it looks like a W this way, and then it looks like an M this way. Of course.
Yes, and so if
See, we're saying that the stars are in the stars are in the dome.
Can I get some of your paperwork here?
Yeah, here.
The stars are in the dome.
Stars are fixed in the dome.
In the dome.
Type that in.
There is no dome.
How do you know that?
There is no.
How do you know that?
Huh? Well, let me see.
There is no space.
Okay,
space is fake.
Then 99% of space is what?
There is no space.
It's black matter. The darkness.
We think it's water.
Is there other planets?
The planets have always been called wandering stars.
Are they around?
When you look up, the planets do look like circular light.
So when the moon is...
You always see the same face of the moon. It goes around.
How about an eclipse? How do you get that concept?
So how come you're way up there and you're not looking at the surface of the Earth? If you see the surface of the Earth is flat, then you're going to say, all right, now what could that other stuff be?
The surface isn't flat, though. There's no
good thing Christopher Columbus did this.
Christopher Columbus, that whole thing was made up. There was a whole civilization here before he even got here. See, I know it's a bit much. It is. But some people... Well, yeah, but look that website up. There's no reason for them to lie?
Not for this.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they lie about a lot.
They want us to deny our senses. That's what they want us to know. Yes.
Why? What do they gain from it?
Because our senses tell us we're not spinning. And there's another reason.
Why would they lie? What is
There's another reason. Well, they wanted to be the ultimate authority. So in order to be the ultimate authority, they had to eliminate the ultimate authority that was already there.
So you can prove that?
This is my theory. Do you want me to finish it or not? So the ultimate authority was there. Somebody had to create this contraption here.
Right.
So we had to go by the laws of nature or the creator or whatever that was. But we're not doing that.
You're referring to God.
Could be.
Higher being, whatever term you want to use.
Whatever term you want to use.
The creator of the flat earth.
But there's a lot of stuff going on in here that we're not... They want to charge us for electricity when it's free-flowing. That's one of the main things. They want to put us down and make us their slaves. So they're not going to tell us that this free electricity is there for us. That's what they're doing, is they want to control everything, make us little slaves, and they want to abuse our children. Have you looked into all the pedophile cases?
Yes, I do know that. But that's completely different than...
No, it's not. They're all the same guys.
No,
they're all the same people. They're decrepit. They're immoral.
You went away from the flat earth now to...
You asked me why would they do this, and I'm telling you why. So they can be free to do whatever they want. Aleister Crowley was the leader of the satanic movement, and his motto was, do as thou wilt. But if there's a creator, he's going to say, no, you got to protect children, not abuse them.
No,
so there's laws of nature.
The creator says free will. You don't have to do anything. You have free will to do whatever you want.
No.
Yes.
Not ever whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you do it, sure you can. Okay, fine, you can do that. But you're not going to have a relationship with the creator if you do that. You're going to be separate.
Right, but you still have free will.
Sure you do.
Okay. So
sure you do.
You were just saying that you can't do whatever you want. But you can.
If you knew there was a creator that was going to judge you at some point. Don't you think that would alter your behavior?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's what they had to get rid of that. They had to eliminate all that, so they could tell you that you can go mess with little kids.
Of the world are going down. I'm not arguing that. That's absolutely true. But what do they gain by saying the Earth is round and it being flat?
We're denying our senses, and we're living a life as though there's no rules or limitations on what we do. And that's why they came up with the globe, because that's an evolutionary, no creator needed. So evolution is wrong. We were placed here. Absolutely, we were placed here.
So when did they create the globe model?
About 100 years ago.
100 years.
And you know what? When they talk about Copernicus and Eratosthenes, they just wrote a book and said this is who they were, and they just put it in a book and they put it in the schools, and we're supposed to believe it, and we do. They were made up.
Possibly, but how do you know
they were made up?
Exist? You have proof that they didn't exist? You have a book that says these people did not exist?
Because they're not teaching that there's any alternative to the ball.
Why do you want them to be
That's
wrong?
how I know. They're avoiding the flat earth like the plague. If there was really an open thought in the schools, they would be teaching, look, here we have two theories on this. Let's decide what's true. They don't want critical thought in the schools. They don't. They want rote. They want you to memorize what they tell you and spit it back out at them, and then they'll give you $100,000 a year. That's what this is all about.
It's interesting, that's for sure.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Oh boy, that was good. That was good. You need them every once in a while, but to stand up all this time, it's hard. Are you packing up?
Yeah.
I thought we had to stay here till 7.
You probably do, but I don't plan on coming back. So
Oh.
I got more interaction at a car show. But I like listening to you back here when you get going.
Well,
I was like, uh-oh. Something's going to happen over there.
Yeah. Well, some guys like to, I'm there, nah, don't give me that. I stand up for it.
I hear that.
So I didn't know this was a shortcut. Look at that. looks like you sold a few today.
Just a few.
Yeah, I think you did good.
Yeah, did better last time I was here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not over.
No, I know.
Day's not over. Did you ever hear that the earth is flat? You did now. Did you ever hear the earth is flat?
Yeah, I hear you, stupid.
Stupid people? Really? Oh, that's nice. Did you ever hear that the earth is flat and it's all over the internet? Did you ever look into it? It's real. The earth is flat. The earth is flat. Did you ever hear about this? The earth is a flat plane, not a spinning ball. I know it. People don't even want to look into it. That's what's so crazy. Okay, 5. That means it's 3 o'clock. So that means there's 4 hours to go. you ever hear that the Earth is really a flat plane and not a spinning ball? Anybody interested in science? Want to have a science discussion with me?
We're scienced out.
You are scienced out? Ah. Did you ever hear about flat Earth before? Would you like to have a scientific discussion? It's actually a flat plane we live on, not a spinning ball.
Oh, God. You don't want to talk to him. He's going to be a science meeting.
Yeah, good. That's exactly who I want to talk to.
Yeah. He's not going to want to hear that.
Well, sure he does. Come on. You want to know truth, don't you? Do you want to deal with truth, or do you want to just...
You want to believe you're on a flat planet.
No, it's dealing with truth. Truth matters. Okay? You can't make a correct decision unless you're dealing with truth.
Right.
So truth does matter. So let's see. Even if you don't accept it, just looking at it and weighing out the both options is going to make you smarter.
Come on.
So look, Mom, here's a
minutes while I go
seat.
down here?
Yeah, good idea. And
I
he,
don't want to leave that $1,000 phone in there for that guy who doesn't want to give me a receipt.
there you go. He can stand here and watch it.
Do you want me to grab your food?
So look,
Cheeseburger or what?
here we got the...
Fries? Just
You know what he wants.
You know what I want.
You know what he wants.
No, it's mayo.
I get the same thing every time. I do not know.
On the side.
Yeah, but she's probably over 50. You lose your mind then.
You wish I was over 50.
So here we have the flat Earth map. The North Pole's in the center. Antarctica goes around the outside edge. They want us to believe that Antarctica is a little spot on the bottom of this spinning ball, but it's really not. All these world organizations use the flat Earth map, but they leave off Antarctica. Now we have written testimony from Captain James Cook that he logged 60,000 miles around the edge of Antarctica. So he kept this in sight on his port side and kept going around, and it logged 60,000 miles. They say in the textbooks now that he got lost in the Pacific and was going in circles. But we don't think that's true. We think what's true is that Antarctica really is 60,000 miles around. With you have an equator of 24,901, that would make sense, okay? So what is the next step here? Here, I'm going to give you this. There you have your own map, and then I'll go over that. Here we have Chicago across Lake Michigan. Now, if there is a spinning ball, then at some point when you go out, it has to drop. We got a formula for that right here. And we used the Pythagorean theorem to come up with that formula. And it was proven because there was an Earth curvature calculator on the internet. And that's exactly what they used. So here's Chicago across 60 miles of Lake Michigan. So you take 60 times 60 times 8, and you come up with 2,400 feet. That's like a 240-story building. That should be, like up here, it should be way down beyond the curve. But it's not. It's right here. There's Chicago. It's little, it's far away, but it's there. It's not over the curve. Here we have Caprea, which is 102 miles away, and you could still be further and still see it. So what's going on? What is going on here? We know that a light reflecting on a flat surface will give you a line. If it's a curved surface, you bend that paper, you get a little spot. And these are experiments you can do yourself. Okay? But here's reality. Reality is the water is flat surface. Now you see these little lines in there? The little ripples, they're not getting the light over the curve. That's another proof. So perspective, when I first started looking into this 2 years ago, I said, okay, I'm studying and studying. I'm there, well, what's this perspective thing? It took me 2 weeks studying this to really get it in my thick head. When things go on a distance, they go to a vanishing point. If there's only 2 planes like here, there's no 4 plane. This is 4 planes. You got the 2 tracks, sky and land. Here, you only have the sky and the land, so that comes to a vanishing line. Now, funny thing about that vanishing line is no matter how high you go, the horizon is always at your eye level. Now, look at this. You know that old Irish saying, may the road come up to meet you? That's what they're talking about. See, all these old things, they mean something, and we're not paying attention to it. So here's something else you need to know, star trails. This is Polaris in the middle. You ever see that before? Mm-hmm. You open your aperture and you get the star, the heavens are spinning around. The heavens turn, but the land is stationary. Now this is what they teach in the schools, that the Milky Way's moving, the sun's moving through the Milky Way, then all the planets are catching up. So do you think that that would come from that? I don't. I reject this, and I go with that. Because over thousands of years of that, there would be something wrong with that. Okay? Now, something else you have to know is NASA. The Hebrew word for NASA is to deceive. So I'm saying that NASA is a propaganda machine. It's just putting out garbage like this. Look at that. Which of the United States is correct? I would say neither, because they're just not pictures. They're not real pictures. Everything's computer generated. We have a guy named Math Powerland who was a NASA artist, and he painted a picture of the Earth with clouds on it and everything. And he's out there telling everybody that it's not real what NASA's doing. We also have something, there's a big desalinated pool that the International Space Station is in the pool. We have something called bubbles in space, where air bubbles come up the helmet of the astronaut. So how does that happen? It has to be in a pool. There's something wrong there. There's something else you have to know. How do you have a pressure system next to a vacuum of space without a physical barrier? That never happens. You have to have a physical barrier to have a pressure system next to a non-pressure system. So we have all this evidence, and you know what? If you look at the back of the card I gave you, right down here, if you type that in, just in your web browser, you'll find 3 videos. It'll take you to the website, and I have 3 videos there. One of them has the 200 proofs, this thing here, 200 proofs, and you'll get everything that's on the banners. The other thing you will find is a time lapse of the sun. The sun is very close, and it's small. It's not 93 million miles away, and it's not 400 times bigger than the Earth. So we're saying there's a whole different model than the one they're teaching us in school. Now, you have to figure out which one's true. But I'm going to tell you as a friend, if you want to really get somewhere in this world, in the scientific community, you will never tell them that you think the Earth is flat if you come to that conclusion. Don't ever tell them you know. But you can get a lot farther ahead in life if you do know. Okay, and just apply the principles of the flat Earth. So you figure this out. How old are you? What grade are you in?
9th grade.
You have a way to go, but I think you're a smart guy. You my son was very smart, and he has a physics degree. So, you know, my dad was a math teacher too. So this was all very disturbing to me, to learn this stuff. But this is why I'm out here telling people, because it's the truth. I mean, look at crepuscular rays. The sun is not that far away. And you know what? If this were going through the atmosphere, it's always the leading edge of a lens that determines the angle. So they would be pointing in, like a magnifying glass. Yeah. So it's the leading edge. So if the sun rays were coming down, they'd hit that curve this way and they'd go to a point. But no, these are splaying out. These are going the opposite direction. So it's got to be in here somewhere. It's not very high. I have a video of an airplane, this guy out the cockpit. He said the sun was over, or the moon to the left, and then he panned to the right, and there was the sun over there. But the thing I noticed was the horizon was higher than the sun. And then on the cockpit control panel, it said 37,000 feet. That's about 7 miles. So if the horizon is higher than the sun, that would mean that the sun has to be lower than 37,000 feet. So that's what I'm saying. I have a channel called Marilyn Spirit Level. See? Spirit Level. This is what that is, a spirit level. This is here because all the oceans are flat with each other. They all touch. And water seeks its own level. No matter what you do to the water, it always goes to level. So I'm saying all the oceans are the same level. So what do you think of that? Pretty, like, mind blown, right?
Yeah.
Like crazy. So why would they lie to us? I'm thinking, all right, why would they lie to us? Oh, you know what? This is a torus field. You might understand that. I think the Earth is inside a torus field. Did you know that Tesla told us there's free-flowing electricity? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. How come we're not tapping into that? I'm telling you that the government is tapping into that and selling it to us when it should be ours for free. Just like they're getting it, we should get it for free too. And that's wrong that they're doing this and lying to us. So yeah, I don't want to be lied to in my life. Lies are destructive. Do you have a question? I talk too fast. Yeah, there's some experiments. You never heard of these, did you? Here's is this Aries failure? Yes, Aries failure. There is an ether. There is ether. That's why Einstein had to come up with his special relativity theory to compensate for the ether that he did not admit. And there is an ether. This is Michelson-Morley. That says that the Earth is not rotating. See, all those experiments, and you'll find this all on the website. These books that they all wrote are being censored in the schools. Why are they doing that? because they want to control us. They want to control us. But if you want to make lots of money, don't tell them you know this stuff. See, when it comes to money, people will sell their soul for money. They're selling their soul because they're not dealing with truth. That's what this is all about. I don't want to deal with that. I want to have truth in my life. No centrifugal force either. How come we don't weigh less at the equator if it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator? You know, up here, it's spinning 1,000 here. Up here, it's not spinning hardly anything. If you're on the North Pole, there's no centrifugal force at all. So how come down here we don't weigh less? See that? I mean, that's a simple thing, right? That's a simple thing. There's just a lot to it. Oh, the Foucault pendulums? If they really determine the rotation of the Earth, then they should be moving without being pushed. They have to be manually operated. They have to be. That pendulum would go spinning or turning or moving if the Earth was really moving. And it's not. It doesn't do that. It always goes to dead. See, they're fooling us, and it just makes me mad. Isn't it wild? It's wild. Coriolis effect? There is no such thing. There could be two different toilets in the house. It depends on how the toilet's made, really. They could go opposite directions. I mean, and who knows? They're so intent on making us believe this spinning ball thing. They could have manufacturers below the South Pole, below the equator, making out a different kind of toilet. I think it's absolutely. They could be doing that. You have to figure this out. I think you're going to love the journey. You're going to love figuring it out. I'm on that website too. The Flat Earth 101. If you have a question, you can send a question to that website and they'll get it to me. We're here for you guys. Pretty wild. Satellites, you know what they do? It's all ground-based system. GPS is ground positioning system. There's a military thing called, they used to call it starts with an L. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Lorraine? No. The military system, Loran? No. Ground positioning system. Triangulation. Loran, it might be Loran. That was a military system that they had out. And all the rockets that they shoot up in space, they all curve. And they say, oh, well, that's so they can get into orbit. No, that's because when they get up here, they turn off the cameras, and you don't see them go back into the ocean. You think about some of this stuff. Really, makes me mad. Come on, if you have a question, you a school teacher, you're responsible for what you teach your kids. School teachers don't want to talk to me. They don't want to give up their money. You have a question? I think the torus field causes diamagnetism, which is a repelling force. So it's a push down, not a pull down. See? The ball says its gravity's pulling to the center of the Earth. But that would mean there would be no natural flat places on Earth if it was really gravity. Like the Bonneville Salt Flats, that was a salt lake that dried up. So if it was a salt lake, then it would have like a curve in the salt lake. Because if gravity was pulling at it, and then when it dried up, the salt would also have that curve. But it doesn't. It's flat. So it can't be gravity. So this diamagnetism, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. It's like a push down, not a pull down. If you want, you can sit down there and wait for your mom. I don't care. The chairs are there. But if you have a question, I'd be happy to talk to you. What's your name, man?
Maxwell.
Max? Hey, I'm Marilyn. Yeah, the sun goes around us. It goes like this. Now, it's coming up to Capricorn. So it'll be up here in the summer. Then it goes down. Do you ever hear of quantum physics? Okay, so there's like a super chilled disk. And that can go like perpetual. And you can turn it and it still goes. So without any restrictions. So that's what's happening. And when it gets out here, it goes faster because it's got to cover the same distance in that 24-hour period. It actually moves faster. When you have a like sunset down in Australia, it goes like, whoosh, it's done. Up here, it goes for a long time. You can like slow. No, down there, it goes, whoosh, it's over. They hardly have a twilight at all. That's because the sun is moving like really booking. So there's a lot of technology our government is not telling us. It's not telling us. They have levitation. They have all this stuff. I mean, these trains run on tracks, but they aren't on tracks. They're levitated by electromagnetism. And I say diamagnetism is what's holding us down. There's a guy named Ed Lead Scallion, and he was this little immigrant from Lithuania or something. He built a coral castle down in Florida, and he was moving 20-ton bricks of coral, like these huge blocks, all by himself. He knew the secret of levitation. He knew it, and you know the pyramids and all that was not built by guys pulling them with ropes. Nah, it's all different. All different. They had levitation and they knew how to work it. They aren't telling us. Did you ever hear of these science experiments?
No.
This is an interferometer. I don't need that. Interference. That's the pattern. It was about lasers shooting one this way and one that way, and then when they meet, if one is delayed, then they could tell if it was moving or not. But no. Cool. My son was 6'4". Very smart kid. Now he's a smart man.
So, for the sun movement, so it's always spinning above Earth, the sun?
Yeah.
Rotating?
Yeah.
Then, so if it's always above Earth, then how would there be nighttime?
Because it's very small. Is it dark over there?
No.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, that's dark. Now it's light. Now it's dark.
So it hovers above places?
It goes around. Goes around. Here, this part here. Oh, look, sunrise is coming. Oh, noontime. Oh, sunset. It's just going around. And the second video on there, here, there's 3 videos on here. One is the 200 proofs. The other one is a time lapse of the sun, and the other one is refraction, which makes you think it goes down, but it really just goes away. Yeah. There's a lot to it. It takes you a while to figure all this stuff out. Here, take something with you.
I need to know where the end is where I'm going to fall off, because then I'm going to vacation there this summer.
Well, we don't know what's past Antarctica, because nobody... They have a treaty.
Round.
No, 1959 they signed the Antarctic Treaty, and we can't go there. No free exploration there.
I want to take a look.
Yeah,
But what do you mean it's flat? Like it's not round?
correct.
So how?
It's not this.
It's not this. Okay, so how we have videos online that you can see the Earth, it looks like more.
Well, they have a GoPro camera lens,
Okay.
and it curves everything.
Okay.
So that's an explanation. If you look at that and you go down,
Yeah.
then it curves it the other way.
So they lie, like.
Yeah,
like you
they
said.
lie big time.
I mean, I know they lie a lot of stuff.
A lot. Everything. Everything.
Yeah. I want to take a look, but I'm open minded.
And that's a good thing. Then you can decide for yourself.
No, I decide for myself. I don't want someone to tell me.
Exactly
I
right.
mean, I believe there is other people, like other civilizations too.
Absolutely. Like the United States?
Yes, they hide a lot of stuff. You know what
Yes,
I mean? But it's
they
secret.
do.
They secret. Only the government
They know
about
the
this.
secrets, and they
know.
aren't telling us, so we can be the slaves.
Exactly. So they tell us what to do.
Good. You're
I'm
smart guy.
open-minded,
Smart
because
guy.
all my friends at work, we like to read about that stuff all the time, and I believe there is other civilizations, and they work with the United States of
Yes.
under and there is-
Tartaria.
Yes, Area 51. Maybe I mean
Yes.
I know that stuff. I read a
Oh,
lot of
that's
stuff.
good. You're smart.
I read a lot of that stuff.
Smart guy.
Yes, and
You know why we see this?
even like they say we never step on the moon too.
No, we
But it's
didn't.
It's fake. Like it's fake. Yeah. Yes.
That was the first thing I looked into.
Like okay, when was the first time we supposed to be on the moon? Like 1959, 69?
Around there.
Okay,
Yeah, like,
why we never go back? We have all the technology now. We have more money, but the skills they use is they don't have.
you know what they say?
What they say?
We lost the technology.
No, it's not true.
That's right.
That's fake.
They lie.
Big time, because they have a lot of technology in that time to go to the moon, and now we have more technology.
Yeah, so that should be easy.
It will be easy, right?
Yeah.